The favourite was What a Nuisance at 9-4.
Racing. Rocky Roller began okay on the inside with Lay's Choice to Mio wider out, showing speed early too. Followed by Wholesome, What a Nuisance second last, and Black Knight is last as they swung out of the straight. Wide to Mio and 2 to Black Knight. Going past the 1200, then What a Nuisance the outside. Black Knight now moving up on the outside of Fantasy Night. They pack up past the 800 and up the side. British in front, a length to Arato. Lay's Choice coming at it. Noble Comment causing bother. He's out in the centre. To Mio's got to go about 6 wide. Rocky Roller's under pressure, and now What a Nuisance coming around the outside with a strong run from Martian Sun, who's struggling a little bit, and Black Knight. With 450 to go, Arato got the British. To Mio and Lay's Choice out after them, and 5 wide, What a Nuisance. Then Rocky Roller and Black Knight starting to zoom home behind them is coming full of dash, Black Knight. On the turn, British, Arato and Black Knight's grabbed them as if they weren't there. What a Nuisance next, but Black Knight, the Melbourne Cup winner, on his way to another Melbourne Cup. Charging away from British, What a Nuisance, and then Martian Sun, but Black Knight will win by about 5 lengths. Good race for the Miners. What a Nuisance hanging on with the British. Nothing between them, and a nose away Martian Sun. Fantasy Night last.
He looked like a Melbourne Cup winner yesterday. Black Knight 7-2, and a brilliant victory from What a Nuisance, who got second narrowly at 9-4 in favour of British.
One of the most important races for 3-year-olds on the Australian calendar is the Group 1 Caulfield Guineas. Jeff Murphy had won the race 4 times and was confident of making it number 5 with acumen. After galloping in spectacular fashion at Caulfield on the Tuesday before the race, Murphy declared acumen unbeatable.
And they've jumped away. Rassflyer jumped away today, and over near the inside, Reputed began well with Roman Artist. There in front from No Parole, Rhoda Rouge. Then Formal Address, as would be Caledonian Boy. He's got a mile out of his ground at this stage with Drawn, and Celestial Motion whipped them in. As they went past the 1100 metre mark now, and the leader is Roman Artist, a half length to Asher Star, a length and a half further back, Reputed. They were followed by Rhoda Rouge up in that bunch of horses, and Rassflyer 3 deep, 2 lengths to Formal Address. Then came No Parole, tucked over on the inside of those horses, a length and a half further back, Shankill Lass and View with them, Seeger the outside. They're followed by Pelatinsky, and further back is Acumen being niggled at. Caledonian Boy trying to get a run up from Red Opaque at the head of the others, and further back Black Charleston, and Drawn is back second last. On the turn, 500 out, Roman Artist inclined to hang a little bit, a half length to Asher Star, Rhoda Rouge, Rassflyer. They were followed further back in the field, No Parole, Asher Star, and then Pelatinsky, and wider out there's Seeger and Acumen. The leader, Roman Artist, into the straight kick, 2 lengths in front of Rhoda Rouge, and they were followed by, coming down the outside, Pelatinsky with a strong run, and then coming with a good run also is Acumen out wider on the outside, and coming at them quickly now is Drawn. Drawn's picking them up with Rasworth on the inside, Shankill Lass, and Drawn's going to win. Drawn's 1.5 head, Shankill Star, and then Pelatinsky, and wider out there's Seeger and Acumen. The leader, Roman Artist, into the straight kick, 2 lengths in front of Rhoda Rouge, and they were followed by, coming down the outside, Pelatinsky with a strong run, and then coming with a good run also is Acumen out wider on the outside, and coming at them quickly now is Drawn. Drawn's picking them up with Rasworth on the inside, Shankill Lass, and Drawn's going to win. Drawn's 1.5 head, Shankill Lass. It was in Shankill Lass, L. Dittman second, and number 1 Acumen ridden by G. Willits third. $30, and the trifecta 300.
Drawn was back from 14s to 9s to get the prize over Shankill Lass and Acumen, and trainer Les Bridge has now got his sights set on the course.
Certainly a super win by the Sydney colt Drawn, who was easily the small...
Shankill Lass, Heat of the Moment, Travel Light and Shinakima all ventured south for the Principal Fillies Classics. Their first meeting was in the Group 1 1,000 guineas at Caulfield on October 19, in which they clashed with Rebecca Gay and Twirled, the first 2 home in the Manifold Stakes at Flemington. Shankill Lass had the benefit of some track experience at Caulfield the week before the 1,000 guineas, running second to the top colt Drawn in the Caulfield Guineas.
They're racing. Honeybridge away well from Rebecca Gay, and jumping away fairly Cena. Twirl got away nicely, and they were followed then by Shanakima going fast. Over on the outside, Sweet Dream Lady heading them all off as they settle down. They were followed then back by Lady Going Like the Wind by 2 lengths at this stage. Had a nice break from Apple Valley down the side. 2.5 lengths Golden Twig. Shanakima hard ridden next, a length and a half twirled, and then Honey Bridge, Shankhill Lass going around them 4 deep. Sudden following it from Cena, and then Canny Lass, Tristabel, Rebecca Gay, Wellington Hammer. They were followed 2 lengths further back in the field then by Travel Light and Heat of the Moment. They're a mile out of it. Then Pam Field followed by Tonefill second last and Mrs. Mannering last. On the turn, 500 out. Sweet Dream Lady in front. The leaders are stopping. Only a length Apple Valley, a length and a half Shankhill Lass, who's done it hard but moved up third from Sudden. Then Tristabel, Twirl looking for the way out from Golden Twig, and then Rebecca Gay, Canny Lass on the outside, Tone Phil. In the straight, Shankhill Lass got to the lead now from Apple Valley. On the inside of those then came Sweet Dream Lady, Tone Phil and Twirl putting in their runs, but Shankhill Lass has broken clear. Rebecca Gay coming with a late run on the outside with Heat of the Moment, but Shankhill Lass clear near the line. Heat of the Moment flying but won't make it, and Shankhill Lass wins it a neck to Heat of the Moment. Shankhill Lass got to the lead now from Apple Valley. On the inside of those then came Sweet Dream Lady, Tone Phil and Twirl putting in their runs, but Shankhill Lass has broken clear. Rebecca Gay coming with a late run on the outside with Heat of the Moment, but Shankhill Lass clear near the line. Heat of the Moment flying but won't make it, and Shankhill Lass wins it a neck to Heat of the Moment. Very close for third, Rebecca Gay, the outside of their Travel Light and Tone Phil. A gap further back, Mrs. The judges call for a photo to separate Shankhill Lass on the rails from the very fast finishing Heat of the Moment on the outside. Shankhill Lass, a chestnut filly by Starway from Paddy's sister, raced by Mr. and Miss Twig, trained by Tommy Smith at Randwick, and ridden by Mick Ditman. $4.80, $264.80 the trifecta.
Shankhill Lass is a half-sister to the former top filly Volley Dream, who ran...
History shows that the Foster's Caulfield Cup is an ideal race for 4-year-olds, and in modern times, 4-year-old mares in particular have had an outstanding record. And in modern times, 4-year-old mares in particular have had an outstanding record. And on this count, Tristark stood out. She was sensationally backed to equal favouritism at 5-1, while the other best-backed runner was the George Hanlon-trained Our Sophia, who was generally regarded as unlucky when second to Lack of Reason in the Group 2 Turnbull Stakes at Flemington a fortnight earlier.
Away they go. Caught them well too. And Handy Proverb began well over on the inside with the Filbert, and Rising Prince from is now Acumen and Lack of Reason, followed by Our Sophia. East has gone very wide as they swing towards the turn out of the straight. Back behind them, Bounty Hawk, Mapley Heights and Tristark. The leader, Rising Prince, fighting for his head at the 2,000. 3 Our Sophia, a length to Acumen, a length and a half further back is Easter. Then Bounty Hawk, Tristark, second last, and last Mapley Heights. 1,000 to go, and the leader still...
He settled straight away and got back a little further than what I wanted to get, but she wasn't in any of the trouble. And when she did get a run at the 5 there, she's come from probably second last and had a lovely run through and sprinted probably just as quick as what she's ever sprinted with me.
Tristark commencing a run from Lack of Reason, and then Silver Award further back in the field. Next, Bounty Hawk, Mapley Heights, Eastern Temple back at the rear with Easter. 600 to go on the corner. There's a great battle, about 4 in line. Acumen went up on the outside to join Riverdale, Rising Prince and Feeder Awar. Handy Proverb badly needing a run. Here's Tristark round the outside. Our Sophia following it into the straight. It's a great battle here. Tristark loomed up to join the leaders. Rising Prince and Tristark together now. They're followed by Lack of Reason and Our Sophia. Halfway down the straight, Tristark is the leader. The Filbert getting out late. Tristark in front from Lack of Reason and Our Sophia and the Filbert. Tristark the leader, Our Sophia grabbing it on the line, but Tristark won it a neck to Our Sophia. Lack of Handy Proverb badly needing a run. Here's Tristark round the outside. Our Sophia following it into the straight. It's a great battle here. Tristark loomed up to join the leaders. Rising Prince and Tristark together now. They're followed by Lack of Reason and Our Sophia. Halfway down the straight, Tristark is the leader. The Filbert getting out late. Tristark in front from Lack of Reason and Our Sophia and the Filbert. Tristark the leader, Our Sophia grabbing it on the line, but Filbert. Tristark won at a neck. 2 Our Sophia, Lackereason third. Fourth, the Filbert from Rising Prince. Mapley Heights ran on well next. They're followed by Bounty Hawk, and behind them is Easter. Handy Proverb weakened badly from Sir Zephyr, racing just in front of the Filbert. Number 14 is the winner. Number 14, Tristark, ridden by W. Trelaw. Trained at Epsom by R.S. MacDonald and ridden by Wayne Trelaw. Second up, and the official totes were Tristark.
Foster's Caulfield Cup was one of 4 Group 1 races won by Tristark during the 85-86 season, bringing her career total to 5.
Race light on and away they go. Lord Galaxy began quickly with Undisturbed out wide on the track, and Let Me Tell came out very smartly with Viva Vane, and Campaign King is last. As they went to the 700-metre mark, Let Me Tell in the slot together, about a length in front here of New Atlantis and Undisturbed going up on the outside. Rocky Mac and Silver Cossack behind those horses from Lord Galaxy, Viva Vane. Campaign King commencing a run from a long way back in the field, and then Viva Vane. New Atlantis raced to the lead out wide on the corner. New Atlantis in front of Let Me Tell, followed by in the slot Silver Cossack. Lord Galaxy struggling. Campaign King starting to come home fairly well. It's New Atlantis in front from Let Me Tell, 100 to go and to go for the whip. Campaign King finishing fast, might be too late. New Atlantis in front. Campaign King's going to get it, and Campaign King's got up the win from New Atlantis. Lord Galaxy was third from in the slot, Let Me Tell. Then Lord Galaxy struggling. Campaign King starting to come home fairly well. It's New Atlantis in front from Let Me Tell, 100 to go and to go for the whip. Campaign King finishing fast, might be too late. New Atlantis in front. Campaign King's going to get it, and Campaign King's got up the win from New Atlantis. Lord Galaxy was third from in the slot, Let Me Tell. Then Undisturbed followed further back at the head of the performance. 1100-metre race, and he's come from last at the 800 to make it 10 wins from 12 starts. The winner of the Brill Cream National Sprint Championship, number 6, Campaign King.
Last week, race 7 at Caulfield, it was Campaign King, 195 and 85. The club proudly hosts its annual Race of the Champions, the Weight for Age WS Cox Plate. This year's Cox Plate was probably as open as any in recent times. The heavily backed Rising Prince firmed to start as one of the best backed runners at 7 to 1. Bookmakers also held a fortune in bets on the Les Bridge trained 3-year-old Drawn, who
well with Rising Prince, the Filbert, and Delightful Bell, Kingdom Bay. Out wide, a Roman Artist is racing quickly to the lead, and it's going to be in front out wide on the track when they settle down. Hay is back near the rear with Riverdale and Fox Seal. Roman Artist led out of the straight, a length and a half. Rising Prince fighting for his head from Acumen, Delightful Bell. Kingdale, 1200 to go. Roman Artist 3 lengths to Rising Prince, who's settled better with the fast pace. 2 lengths to Kingdom Bay. 2 to Acumen, 4th, and a length to Drawn. A half Delightful Bell, the rails going through. Then a length further back came Importune around the outside of the Filbert. 1 to King Phoenix, 2 to Centauria. A length to Fox Seal, Spirit of Kingston. Riverdale pulled to the outside, and Hay whipped them in. 800 to go, and the leader Roman Artist 2 lengths to in second position, still Rising Prince, a half Kingdom Bay. 1 to Acumen taken to the outside. Delightful Bell, and the Filbert getting up on the inside is next from Drawn. Centauria taken to the outside. King Phoenix is under the whip, then Spirit of Kingston and Hay from Fox Seal. 400 out, Roman Artist a half length. Rising Prince challenging from Kingdom Bay, 3 deep and 4 deep Centauria. Drawn trying to get a run in the centre with the Filbert, and then Acumen, and King Phoenix struggling from Delightful Bell. Rising Prince took the lead from Roman Artist on the corner. Drawn is getting out after them now from the Filbert. The others can't win. Rising Prince took the lead in the straight from Roman Artist. Drawn 2 lengths away under the whip. I think Rising Prince has got away from them. 2 in front. He looks the winner. In second place, Roman Artist, followed by Drawn and the Filbert, but Rising Prince is going to canter in. Wins by 3 lengths to Roman Artist. Drawn is third from the Filbert. The others can't win. Rising Prince took the lead in the straight from Roman Artist. Drawn 2 lengths away under the whip. I think Rising Prince has got away from them. 2 in front. He looks the winner. In second place, Roman Artist, followed by Drawn and the Filbert, but Rising Prince is going to canter in. Wins by 3 lengths to Roman Artist. Drawn is third ahead to the Filbert, 4th. 3 lengths away, King Phoenix and Fox Seal, followed by Kingdom Bay, Acumen, then Riverdale, Delightful Bell, further back from Centauria, well back Spirit of Kingston and Hay, and 100 metres away last is Importune.
Yes, well, he ran right up to a very good performance in the Caulfield Cup last week by taking out the Cox Plate Rising Prince at 7-1. Roman Artist, tremendous effort second at 16-1 and drawn an honest run third. Ford the favourite.
The Cox Plate was the 12th win from a career total of 41 starts for Rising Prince, who was bred at Rocklear Stud Day.
Try Shell, light on. Away they go. Jumped pretty well. Heat of the moment a bit slow with centre tone fill. Rebecca Gay couldn't gather any speed. Golden Twig away fast early. Shinakima hard ridden, looks like crossing over the Sydney filly. Travel Light was away well with 100. Mrs. Mannering, a length and a half to centre, pulling hard. Rebecca Gay is last and going past at heat of the moment. Still crawling with 800 to go, and a bit more than that, 1,000. Shinakima 2 lengths to Tone Phil. On the inside, next Golden Twig from Pam Phil. Around the outside, Normandy Bay. Travel Light getting a good run. Further back, Twirled. Sudden well back through the field. Dolchez has never been on the track. Rainfast in that group of horses. Mrs. Mannering as well. Canny Lass just in front of Mrs. Mannering. Heat of the moment about 4 wide, making a run centre. And gee, Rebecca Gay would want to be far lap to win. She's back last. Up to the turn. 600 to go. Shinakima led a length to Tone Phil, about to pounce. Golden Twig the rail from Pam Phil. Normandy Bay. Travel Light going for a rails run. Twirled hook to the outside. Travel Light about to get out. Further back, Dolchez, Canny Lass. Rebecca Gay second last. Shinakima at the 300. Tone Phil trying to get to it. Travel Light trying to get through from Golden Twig. Out wide, heat of the moment, starting to fly from Dolchez. Rebecca Gay can't win, but heat of the moment can. She's taken the lead. Beg's got a chance to get the Quinella. Shinakima second from Travel Light, but heat of the moment sprints away to win the weight, Phil. A length Shinakima, third Travel Light, Dolchez. Second last. Shinakima at the 300. Tone Phil trying to get to it. Travel Light trying to get through from Golden Twig. Out wide, heat of the moment, starting to fly from Dolchez. Rebecca Gay can't win, but heat of the moment can. She's taken the lead. Beg's got a chance to get the Quinella. Shinakima second from Travel Light, but heat of the moment sprints away to win the weight, Phil. A length Shinakima, third Travel Light. 35, Shinakima 5.35, Travel Light $1.10, Quinella 55.90, a big try.
Melbourne had enjoyed magnificent weather throughout the spring carnival, but on Cup Eve, the heavens opened and Flemington was doused with 15 millimetres of rain. Naturally, the rain was the answer to the prayers of many trainers and the realisation of a nightmare for others. Betting on the Melbourne Cup was, as always, fast and furious, with an estimated $65 million bet on the race throughout Australia. A huge plunge was launched on the Caulfield Cup runner-up Our Sophia, to be ridden by Melbourne Cup specialist Harry White. Over 77,000 racegoers flocked to Flemington to watch the first $1 million race ever run outside America, the 1985 Foster's Melbourne Cup.
Feeder away well with Under Oath and Tristark. Black Knight ridden hard early to hold a position from Fox Seal. Rising Prince easing over towards the lead with Butternut, and they were followed wider out on the Trapley Heights. Pull to the outside. They're followed 2 lengths away by Sprightly Native Late Show and 3 lengths to Kiwi last. 1,100 to go in the Cup. The leader, Our Boyfriend. 1 length to Rising Prince. 1.5 lengths, Coiro, Corrie May and Butternut. 2 lengths to Lack of Reason on the outside of Feeder Away. 1 to Black Knight getting forward from Sir Zephyr. On the outside, Under Oath. 1 length to Tristark looking for a run from Silver Award, Dusky Legend. Then Tripsicum, Our Sophia still back about 17th, and Kiwi 2 lengths last with Late Show in front of it. On the turn.
In a $1 million race, oh gee, you find them pretty difficult to be able to declare so far from home, because he was always going to catch the grey mare down the straight, and whilst he only won by a short margin, you know, he's the sort of horse that he wouldn't win by a long distance anyway, but he was always going to beat her, but oh, it was a long way down that straight.
What a nuisance, getting out with a good run. Tripsicum is coming home well on the outside. Tristark is next. Our Sophia a long way back with Kiwi on the rails. 200 to go, and Butternut and Coiro, Corrie May got to Our Boyfriend. What a nuisance coming at them. Here's Tripsicum with a late run, but might be too late. What a nuisance, and Coiro, Corrie May. They hit it together. What a nuisance, won the Cup. A nose to Coiro, Corrie May. I think Tripsicum and Butternut and Coiro, Corrie May got to Our Boyfriend. What a nuisance coming at them. Here's Tripsicum with a late run, but might be too late. What a nuisance, and Coiro, Corrie May. They hit it together. What a nuisance, won the Cup. A nose to Coiro, Corrie May. I think Tripsicum might have got third in front of Feeder Away.
Better way through, but well back. Kiwi, I don't know if he can win today. Mapley Heights second last, and back with Mapley Heights. Hey, and Late Show. Our Boyfriend 2 in front of Butternut. Then Corey May, what a nuisance. Feederwar's under the whip. Tristark went to the fence from Tripsicum. I'm a Prince coming with a great run. Corey May's got to this one. Our boyfriend with Butternut, what a nuisance. I'm a Prince and Feederwar. What a nuisance goes to Corey May. Corey May, and what a nuisance. What a nuisance wins the Foster's Melbourne Cup. A nose to Corey May. Third and flashing up would have been Tripsicum. In that group of horses, Butternut, with also Feederwar and I'm a Prince and Trip missed.
And what a nuisance is just one from Corey May, Tripsicum, Feederwar and Butternut.
Lloyd Williams, the part owner of What a Nuisance, won the cup with just a dash. And this is the greatest moment for a jockey in the Southern Hemisphere.
Yep.
There's no...
What a Nuisance is anything but a pedigree buff's delight. Here's by the deceased St. Parkle, best remembered as the sire of Sydney Cup winner Upik. The Cup winner's female...
For the outside fence, but in the next race, keep your eyes on Challaware because his jockey makes a right-hand turn. I've never seen anything quite like it at Flemington.
Ready, racing, jumped pretty well. Dithyrus, one of the first out from Colonial Flag, Rose and Thistle, and Xobar's Boy going towards the lead with Lagana Challaware. Rocky Ruler prominent early, dropping back to the rear. Naliska, Hawaiian Blue, and past the baton, and Colonial Flag gets back fourth last. Dropping right out of it next, and then past the baton, and Peckham, I guess, being hard-ridden. Next, Naliska and Hawaiian Blue last. Dithyrus eased out about 8 off the fences, taken the lead from Xobar's Boy at the 800. 2 lengths away, Lagana and Rose and Thistle and Colonial Flag all going pretty well. Challaware's decided to stick to the rails, and then Puckle Harbour running on from past the baton. Peckham, I guess, is under the whip and doing nothing, and then Naliska to the outside. Xobar's Boy in front again on the rails with Challaware now switching right out. The leader, Xobar's Boy, tackling at Dithyrus. Challaware, he's gone at right angles to the outside fence. And then Rose and Thistle running on well from Lagana Colonial Flag. Xobar's Boy in front over on the flat side rail with 300 to go from Dithyrus. In third placing, Rose and Thistle, and then Challaware out wide. Xobar's Boy in front. Challaware's got it, I reckon, out wide, tackling it now. Xobar's Boy in front of Dithyrus and Challaware. He might hang on. Xobar's Boy is still in front. Challaware's pegging him back rapidly near the line, though. Challaware's getting him, it'll win. Challaware's got up the win. Dithyrus or Xobar's Boy's second. Fourth is Hawaiian Blue from Lagana.
Well, it was a winning move by Robert Heffernan, but later stipendiary stewards told him that they would not condone such riding from him or any other jockey in future. Challaware started at 8-1, Dithyrus.
As it stands at the moment. For the William Reid Stakes, King Phoenix 640, Campaign King, the crack colt, winner of 9 from 12, and he's showing 85 and 60. The Brilliant Filly, the 3-year-old Shankill Lass, $3.50 and $1.05, and Kenny Lass, number 11. The other filly in the race with Shankill Lass, Kenny Lass. Racing this time, they've broken a beautiful line too. Karabahar, one of the best to begin. Campaign King came out running quickly, getting up on the inside just behind the lead. West Mayo going fast. A gap in Delightful Bell around the outside. Shankill Lass 8 lengths from the lead. A gap in the field to our Sophia. King Phoenix pulled out wide, and Kenny Lass last of all. At the school, the leader West Mayo by a length and a half. Campaign King is running beautifully up to second. On the outside of him, Fine Offer tried to put him into a pocket. White got Campaign King off the fence. Fine Offer went up on the outside of him. 2 to Karabahar, or he's in a bit of trouble. Campaign King, he was checked there by Fine Offer. 3.50 out the leader West Mayo from Fine Offer. 2 to Campaign King. He pulls to the outside. King Phoenix pulled out wide. Shankill Lass is a long way back, and Kenny Lass getting out. They turn for home, and Fine Offer took the lead. King Phoenix is out after in the centre. Fine Offer and Campaign King battling on. It's Fine Offer the leader, 150 to go. Campaign King and King Phoenix on the outside. West Mayo coming again. 4 in line. Campaign King, West Mayo, they hit it. Oh, might be Campaign King, a nose to West Mayo, nothing in it. They turn for home, and Fine Offer took the lead. King Phoenix is out after in the centre. Fine Offer and Campaign King battling on. It's Fine Offer the leader, 150 to go. Campaign King and King Phoenix on the outside. West Mayo coming again. 4 in line. Campaign King, West Mayo, they hit it. Oh, might be Campaign King, a nose to West Mayo, nothing in it. Close up, King Phoenix on the outside from Fine Offer, then Shankill Lass, Karabahar. In a great finish with a long stride right on the post. And he's right in this King side west. And the riders, number 8, he's got there. He's got there, the colt's got there. Campaign King, number 8, Campaign King. This outstanding colt has got going again, and the crowd going wild as Campaign King, who's boomed as the great sprinter in the land at the moment, has overcome that check, and then let's go back and check this action. 147 seconds, and as I mentioned, it would have been a tragedy had he been beaten, because he's put up a mighty performance after being pratted.
But it isn't until in Melbourne is hoping his youngster can earn a start in the Blue Diamond Stakes, which was this much doubt that Bounding Away was the best of the fillies, while Bataan was the pick of the coast. Now let's have a look at the big one of the day, the MB Hang 10 Blue Diamond. Bataan 190 and 130, Western 425 and 110, and Bounding Away 2.
Getting away very well was Western Ace in the centre, and also Lockley's Daughter and Opine Trust showing great speed, followed by Isa Jack. When they settle down, Bounding Away's gone up along the inside rail to join Opine Trust in the lead, followed by Isa Jack. Then came Indeed I Do on the fence from Lars Zip, and Lockley's Daughter followed then behind them by Vividly. Next in the field then is Western Ace, who's lost his position from Serendipity. They were followed 2 lengths further back, Roman, up to the turn with 600 to go, and the leader Bounding Away ahead now to Indeed I Do on the rails. Opine Trust over on the outside of them. Isa Jack struggling a little, Lockley's Daughter moving up out wide, Lars Zip looking for a run with Vividly. Then came Western Ace at the head of the others, and Bataan making ground out wide. Bounding Away the leader into the straight, led from Indeed I Do, then Opine Trust, Lockley's Daughter, Bataan on the outside, but Bounding Away has kicked away. Dittman shot at 2 lengths in front of Lars Zip, Bataan struggling from Lockley's Daughter, but Bounding Away is living up to its name and is going to walk in. Bounding Away wins the Blue Diamond by 4 lengths. Close for second, Bataan got second from Bounding Away the leader into the straight, led from Indeed I Do, then Opine Trust, Lockley's Daughter, Bataan on the outside, but Bounding Away has kicked away. Dittman shot at 2 lengths in front of Lars Zip, Bataan struggling from Lockley's Daughter, but Bounding Away is living up to its name and is going to walk in. Bounding Away wins the Blue Diamond by 4 lengths. Close for second, Bataan got second from Lars Zip. Flashing home next from...
Bounding Away's well clear of Bataan, Lockley's Daughter and Lars Zip, and she's a mighty filly, this one. Bounding Away's going to walk the Blue Diamond in. Bataan second, Lars Zip third, Wolvet flashed up fourth. And we've had some wonderful winners, and none of them have been able to run as fast as Bounding Away. She ran a record, and the Blue Diamond was a triumph for Tommy Smith, who not only trains the filly, but bred her and owns her as well.
It was probably the easiest win we've seen in a Blue Diamond Stake since Manicato.
For the way first run around this way, you know, they mostly improved quite a bit. But on Joe, she was going like a rocket on the track.
Number 1, Dazzling Duke, $5.05 and $1.65. 13 Campaign King, the favourite, 140 and 90. 14 Jack, 35, and 18 Shankill Lass, $4.80.
Missing it, Try Shell.
The Group 1 Futurity Stakes, run a week later, was the opportunity for top 3-year-old sprinter Campaign King to prove that he could run the journey of 1,400 metres.
He jumped from an inside alley, and he showed us that he didn't like racing on the inside, and I had a big job to get him off the fence because there was 18 runners that day, and I was pushing him along because it was a very fast run race, and he kept responding all the way around the turn.
In the centre, Beaumont Babe is handy, and there's Taj Quillo zooming around them, and Campaign King following it up. They're followed by Playful Princess, Delightful Bell and Dazzling Duke. Taj Quillo hit the front on the corner with West Mayo and Touch of Genius. Then Campaign King followed by Delightful Bell and Dazzling Duke. At the 200, Taj Quillo and Touch of Genius with Campaign King coming at them from Dazzling Duke. Taj Quillo's hit the front, Campaign King trying to grab it with Dazzling Duke. Campaign King got interfered with. It's Taj Quillo in front, but Campaign King's grabbed it and won. Campaign King's won.
Colours and watch his finishing effort.
Dazzling Duke, Delightful Bell, Taj Quillo just in front of Touch of Genius at the 200. Campaign King finishing well from Dazzling Duke and King Phoenix late. It's Taj Quillo just in front, getting to it. Campaign King, he's running out on him, flying Campaign King. He still gets up and wins a nose to Dazzling Duke. A mighty finish.
Yes, I think that's the most exciting race I've had to call. It was wonderful. Campaign King, Dazzling Duke, Taj Quillo and Fox Hill with a clear run.
That victory took Campaign King's career figures to 12 wins from 15 starts. Bone Crusher didn't contest the Wellington Derby, but was eased up with a view to taking on the Dominion's best weight-for-age performers in the Group 1 Air New Zealand Stakes.
By 2.5. Eva Grace second, Bone Crusher third. Right there our Janie, then Clear Gold. Canterbury Bell is next. A half away Lack of Reason, then I Beat 'em, then a bit like her. Racing to the 600 metres, Balrani by 2. Bone Crusher moved off the rail now and works up to Eva Grace. Our Janie, Canterbury Bell tracking Bone Crusher throughout. They come to the turn, 450 to go. Balrani, Bone Crusher is right there. Right there, Eva Grace and Canterbury Bell. They sprint for home. Bone Crusher goes to Balrani. Eva Grace 2 away, then Canterbury Bell asked to go now, but it's Bone Crusher. He slipped away. A good break of 3 at the 250. Canterbury Bell's flat to the boards, and so too is Eva Grace and Lack of Reason, but it's Bone Crusher. He's too good, the colt. He's got ears pricked and he's away by 4 lengths going to the post. A bit like is charging after him late. Bone Crusher in front, a bit like is charging home on the inside, but he's too late. Bone Crusher beat a bit like her. Next home was Lack of Reason, then Balrani, then followed Canterbury Bell, our Janie.
The 1986 early autumn races, which has improved immeasurably in stature in recent years, is the Chipping Norton Stakes, a weight-for-age race over 1,600 metres at Warwick Farm, and which now boasts $100,000 in prize money. In 1986, the race featured a return to racing of the outstanding 3-year-olds Handy Proverb, Roman Artist and Heat of the Moment, but despite their presence, the previous year's winner Rising Prince was favourite at 5-2.
It's Roman Artist a half length to Rising Prince on the outside and 2 lengths away in third place, Feeling Fit. Another 2.5 to Handy Proverb on the inside of Hallpack's Image, followed by Indian Raj and Heat of the Moment together. A gap to Tristark, Hard Ridden, followed by Tristram Rose, then Late Show, Import Tune, Sprightly Native, and still Ulyatta's last as the field thunders around the turn. And there's that famous baldy face of Rising Prince on the outside, surging to the lead. Rising Prince took the lead, turning the corner over Roman Artist, but here comes Heat of the Moment. The little filly Heat of the Moment has stormed to them. By crikey, she's good. Heat of the Moment shot to the lead inside the 200 mark. Handy Proverb getting to second, followed by Rising Prince and Indian Raj. But what a bonny little mare. Heat of the Moment raced away to win the Chipping Norton over Handy Proverb within around the turn. And there's that famous baldy face of Rising Prince on the outside, surging to the lead. Rising Prince took the lead, turning the corner over Roman Artist, but here comes Heat of the Moment. The little filly Heat of the Moment has stormed to them. By crikey, she's good. Heat of the Moment shot to the lead inside the 200 mark. Handy Proverb getting to second, followed by Rising Prince and Indian Raj. But what a bonny little mare. Heat of the Moment raced away to win the Chipping Norton over Handy Proverb with Indian Raj third. Tristark
Performance in itself. But I think it's safe to say that the Newmarket win alone didn't bring Lockley's Tradition his rightful recognition. However, a week later, trainer Mick Armfield lined the 4-year-old up against a smart field of milers in the Group 2 weight-for-age Alistair Clark Stakes at Moonee Valley. We've included this race because we believe it was one of the most impressive performances of the season.
Lockley's Tradition being eased out, 3 off the fence now. A length to Knight of Avon on the inside from Canny Lass. Then Lord of Camelot and a length to King Phoenix, 6 off the lead. 500 out, Celso and Todd Wilkes together. Here comes Lockley's Tradition. He's letting go at the 400 now. Then Fine Offer, El Telak, Canny Lass, Knight of Avon and King Phoenix giving them 4 lengths and under the whip. Lockley's Tradition sprinted to the lead on the corner. Shot a length and a half clear into the straight. It's a big break from Celso, Todd Wilkes. Canny Lass is struggling and King Phoenix winding up, but Lockley's Tradition straight and 3 in front. King Phoenix out wide is running on pretty well, and then Canny Lass, but Lockley's Tradition's going to bolt in. Lockley's Tradition wins the Newmarket and the Alistair Clark. This one by 4 lengths to King Phoenix. Oh, El Telak, Knight of Avon and King Phoenix giving them 4 lengths and under the whip. Lockley's Tradition sprinted to the lead on the corner. Shot a length and a half clear into the straight. It's a big break from Celso, Todd Wilkes. Canny Lass is struggling and King Phoenix winding up, but Lockley's Tradition straight and 3 in front. King Phoenix out wide is running on pretty well, and then Canny Lass, but Lockley's Tradition's going to bolt in. Lockley's Tradition wins the Newmarket and the Alistair Clark. This one by 4 lengths to King Phoenix. Oh, El Telak.
Lockley's Tradition is the third and most important stakes winner for the former Maluna Stud Stallion Aspect, now dominating.
Once again, the Bowater Scott Tancred was one of the highlights of the autumn. Every horse in the field was a group winner, and all but 2 had won Group 1 races, so there can be no argument as to the outstanding quality of this field.
3-year-olds very strongly represented. Playful Princess a little fidgety, but the gates open and they're off in the Tancred. Rant and Rave, the West Aussie, is about the first out. The filly Dolcezza began well, and so did Tristark and the Vagrant and Late Show. Handy Proverb is trapped out deep in the early part, and even wider Tristram Rose and Playful Princess racing a bit like a shot to the front, coming to the 800 mark by a length and a half to the Vagrant. In third place, Handy Proverb, followed closely by Tristram Rose, Dolcezza, and then Tristark and Late Show, followed by Lack of Reason, Our Sophia. Further back in the field came Rant and Rave, and then Dwanette's Girl, Playful Princess, Bone Crusher. A mile back, Samazan, followed by Astralin and Fox Seal as last as they near the corner. Coming around the bend at the 450 mark, and Tristark had raced to the lead. Tristark leads the Tancred Stakes fields around the bend and straightened up in front of a bit like a, followed by the Vagrant, and then Dolcezza, Handy Proverb behind them under pressure. Further back is Our Sophia, and Rant and Rave down the extreme outside at the 200 mark, and a bit like her again beat off Tristark. A bit like her got clear of Tristark. The filly Dolcezza trying hard to get to them. Rant and Rave, look at Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher down the outside is coming home right over the top of them. Rant and Rave and Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher won the Tancred. What a performance. Bone Crusher beat Rant. Tristark leads the Tancred Stakes fields around the bend and straightened up in front of a bit like her, followed by the Vagrant, and then Dolcezza, Handy Proverb behind them under pressure. Further back is Our Sophia, and Rant and Rave down the extreme outside at the 200 mark, and a bit like her again beat off Tristark. A bit like her got clear of Tristark. The filly Dolcezza trying hard to get to them. Rant and Rave, look at Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher down the outside is coming home right over the top of them. Rant and Rave and Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher won the Tancred. What a performance. Bone Crusher beat Rant and Rave with a bit like a third.
That astonishing performance by Bone Crusher had the effect of stifling betting on the AJC Derby at Randwick the following week. However, the $500,000 prize money ensured a keenly contested race.
As they near the turn in the Derby, and the leader Tierra Wrist by a length and a half to Wilhelm on the outside of Dolcezza, and then Saxon White followed by Drawn, the Brotherhood. Bone Crusher on the outside as they turn for home, and Easter is right on his wheel, and further back Handy Proverb. Over the rise now, Tierra Wrist is the leader, clear of Wilhelm. Drawn is coming through in the centre. Further out, Bone Crusher taking an age to get going. Easter is going with him, and on the extreme outside, Handy Proverb. 150 out, Tierra Wrist is the leader. They're coming from all directions. It's Bone Crusher, Handy Proverb and Drawn. Bone Crusher put his head in front. He's got a great big heart. Bone Crusher, he'll win the Derby. Bone Crusher, too good. Look at the Tierra Wrist as the leader, clear of Wilhelm. Drawn is coming through in the centre. Further out, Bone Crusher taking an age to get going. Easter is going with him, and on the extreme outside, Handy Proverb. 150 out, Tierra Wrist is the leader. They're coming from all directions. It's Bone Crusher, Handy Proverb and Drawn. Bone Crusher put his head in front. He's got a great big heart. Bone Crusher, he'll win the Derby. Bone Crusher, too good. Look at the photo for second and third. They're all over the track.
There is no doubting the champion qualities of Bone Crusher, who amazingly enough is by the Kauru Star horse Pagasa, who Sydney racegoers will remember. The Derby was Bone Crusher's 10th win from only 19 starts and assured him of early favouritism for the rich spring staying races in Melbourne. Bill, you don't see a horse as good as Bone Crusher very often, and I was amazed in Sydney at Easter talking to New Zealanders who told me that they had one back home even better.
Well, whether or not he's better than Bone Crusher remains to be seen. But the horse in question, Waverley Star, is certainly very good. This fellow is a 3-year-old by Star Way and was given a man-sized assignment for a young, inexperienced horse when he took on the best weight-for-age horses available in the TV New Zealand Stakes at Ellerslie on April 5.
They work in 800 metres to go, and it's Sol Vega to Merry Bat, about a length and a half from Call Me Stumpy. Waverley Star's poised in behind the leaders with his light weight. They followed Silver Rhapsody, then Santanir, a length and a half Pinson, then Balrani, threesome next, then the Filbert. They pack up a little. Then Atrapar, followed by Patricia, then Exocet, a bit like her, and Tutishar Golvan. Around the turn, 500 metres to go, and Sol Vega's the leader, 2 from Waverley Star. Coming out wide, Silver Rhapsody, they head into the straight, then followed by Call Me Stumpy and Santanir. Sol Vega in front, Waverley Star cruising after it now, about a half length and going to head it off. 3 to Santanir, then followed by Silver Rhapsody. The Filbert starting to run on, but Waverley Star shot to the lead, 200 metres to go. He's home, James, he's 2.5 on Sol Vega. The Filbert racing into the minors with Santanir, and a bit like a racing home late, but Waverley Star's going to win it very easily. 5 lengths at the post. Sol Vega held second. Third was Santaneer. Call Me Stumpy and Santaneer. Solveig in front. Waverley Star cruising after it now, about a half length and going to head it off. 3 to Santaneer, then followed by Silver Rhapsody. The Filbert starting to run on, but Waverley Star shot to the lead. 200 metres to go. He's home, James. He's 2.5 on Solveig. The Filbert racing into the minors with Santaneer, and a bit like a racing home late, but Waverley Star's going to win it very easily. 5 lengths at the post. Solveig held second. Third was Santaneer. The Filbert was...
Waverley Star continued the successful season enjoyed by Windsor Park stud Starway, who also sired classic...
Recent times is the All-Age Stakes, which for a few years attracted disappointing fields when held on the Wednesday after the Doncaster. Now that the race has been moved back to the following Saturday and prize money boosted to $125,000, the All-Age Stakes has become a worthwhile prize in itself instead of being a consolation stake for beaten Doncaster runners.
They've got 700 left to go. Magnitude with the inside running is joined again by Riverdale. Prince Frolic on the outside, moving up 3 deep around Campaign King and Canterbury Bell on the rail. 1.5 lengths to Concrete off the track. Dinky Flyer, Hula Chief now scrubbed along, and then in the Glen followed by, as they turn for home, King Phoenix second last and Drawn as last, but straightening up now, and Riverdale took a narrow lead over Magnitude. Prince Frolic about to pounce on them. 1 length away, Canterbury Bell under pressure. Campaign King's the first beaten, and right down the outside, King Phoenix and Hula Chief got badly knocked about there. He got shuffled back in the straight now. Riverdale is the leader. Wide out, Drawn is now getting clear of the ruck, and it's little Drawn going after Riverdale. Look at him go. He's only as big as a pit pony, but he's all heart, and Drawn got up to win. Drawn beat Riverdale. Third, Dinky Flyer. Fourth, King Phoenix. 1 length away, Canterbury Bell under pressure. Campaign King's the first beaten, and right down the outside, King Phoenix and Hula Chief got badly knocked about there. He got shuffled back in the straight now. Riverdale is the leader. Wide out, Drawn is now getting clear of the ruck, and it's little Drawn going after Riverdale. Look at him go. He's only as big as a pit pony, but he's all heart, and Drawn got up to win. Drawn beat Riverdale. Third, Dinky Flyer. Fourth, King Phoenix. Fifth is Canterbury Bell.
The All-Aged was the third Group 1 victory for the season for Drawn, a colt small in stature but certainly big on courage.
It was the Black Douglas Stakes, and it was won in scintillating style by Courier Bay. Now, he was slowly away. David Walsh wisely didn't tussle him up. He just let him loaf along at the back of the field. And, you know, the performance was just incredible. Now, he's last there. He's 2 lengths behind the main bunch of the field, and he settles in second last place. Watch it.
And dropping to the rear of the field is Courier Bay and Makita Blue onto the first bend, 800 metres to go. Sweet Dream Lady the leader, a neck in front. Icy Miss second, 2 lengths away third, Ras Flyer. Empress Fury going up but wide on the track. Alamander Boy in between horses. Blue Bolero sixth on the inside. Then Sunshine Valley, Dancing Poet, Gold or Me, followed by Solitary Rose. Courier Bay now starting a run. He's skirting right around the field. He's 4 and 5 wide coming onto the home turn. And then Leonora, Swift Cheval and Makita Blue on the bend. 350 metres to go. Ras Flyer dashed up on the outside and shot to the lead. It's Ras Flyer in front of Sweet Dream Lady. Empress Fury, and look at Courier Bay go. Courier Bay swooped on and raced away from them. He's 3 lengths in front. He's 4 clear, and he's racing away with it. Tierra Wrist is making up ground at the end, but this is a super run by Courier Bay. Courier Bay first, Tierra Wrist second, 350 metres to go. Ras Flyer dashed up on the outside and shot to the lead. It's Ras Flyer in front of Sweet Dream Lady. Empress Fury, and look at Courier Bay go. Courier Bay swooped on and raced away from them. He's 3 lengths in front. He's 4 clear, and he's racing away with it. Tierra Wrist is making up ground at the end, but this is a super run by Courier Bay. Courier Bay first, Tierra Wrist second, Ras Flyer 5 lengths away third. Then...
Well, that performance had everyone searching for words to describe it. Just a sensational performance by Courier Bay. I think the best sprinting 3-year-old performance we've seen in Brisbane for a long, long time.
If you watched the AJC Derby closely, you would have been able to see why many people claimed Handy Proverb was unlucky not to have beaten Bone Crusher, instead of running second to the great New Zealand gelding. After the Derby, Handy Proverb made processions of his next 3 group race appearances in the AJC St Leger, the Crest International Cup and the Grand Prix Stakes. The result was that Handy Proverb was sent out an odds-on favourite for the $150,000 QTC Queensland Derby.
Tierra Wrist now second, Persian World third. Starting a run on the inside is Jewel Planet, Reputed going forward on the outside, and Handy Proverb is running fifth as they set sail for the judge.
In the Derby, you know, Jim rode him perfectly again, and, you know, his time was indicative of how well he was going. He easily broke the race record and was 0.3 outside the course record.
200 metres to go. Cassidy pulls the whip on Handy Proverb, and he's speared to the lead. Handy Proverb 2 lengths in front of Rising Fair and Reputed, and Handy Proverb is racing away to win the Derby. It's Handy Proverb first, second Rising. 200 metres to go. Cassidy pulls the whip on Handy Proverb, and he's speared to the lead. Handy Proverb 2 lengths in front of Rising Fair and Reputed, and Handy Proverb is racing away to win the Derby. It's Handy Proverb first, second Rising Fair, third Reputed.
The Queensland Derby was Handy
Record was 0.3 outside the course record.
200 metres to go. Cassidy pulls the whip on Handy Proverb, and he's speared to the lead. Handy Proverb 2 lengths in front of Rising Fair and Reputed, and Handy Proverb is racing away to win the Derby. It's Handy Proverb first, second Rising Fair, third Reputed.
The Queensland Derby was Handy Proverb's 7th group win for the season.